Good.
All right, so welcome everyone. Welcome to us. Today we are actually witnessing something that we have been talking about a lot. We all often talk about women empowerment, right? And I have seen personally there are often very few people who actually help us witness the essence of women empowerment. And today we have Professor Sawson. She is my professor, so I'll call her Professor. But Dr. Sawson Abdul Majid. So she is the president of ANCWT, that's Advancing New Canadian Women in Technology. And she formed this whole association to with a aim, with a motive to advance like the newly immigrant who come to Canada and to help them establish their career pathway here. With Professor Sawson today joining us is Ojaye, I think that's the correct pronunciation, and Dalia. So Ojaye is a project management professional with a focus on project controls and continuous improvements. And Ojaye is one of the she was one of the member in the cohorts of ANCWT, and through ANCWT she was able to get her job in the field she wanted to be in. So Ojaye is currently working with sorry about that. So yeah, so Ojaye, do you want to introduce a little bit about yourself as well? Uh, that way I can actually test if my mic is also working or not, but I cannot see Ojaye here. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ojaye is her name.
Oh, okay. Oyaji. Oh, sorry about
Ojaye.
that.
Yeah.
Oyaji.
Thank you. I was having some trouble connecting. I had to leave and reconnect again.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I just saw your name and then it disappeared, and I was like, yeah, I saw you connect, and then yeah. So OHG can introduce. OHG is working as a project analyst, I believe, in Department of Fisheries and Oceans, right, OHG?
Yes, I was with them as for a term contract before my term ended in November.
Okay, awesome. That's perfect.
Can you
And
see me? I'm trying to start my video. Sorry for cutting you short. I'm trying to start my video. Can you see me? No.
not not now. Can you see if there is a function button? Sometimes that happens. Like for me, it happened. There is a function camera. Maybe you can try clicking that if your camera isn't allowing you.
Okay. Well, okay, let's carry on. I'm having issues with that. I've tried to troubleshoot, but it's not telling me what's causing it. Sorry.
Okay. I will. It might be also the reason because I don't know if when I connect you as a presenter, when you will be presenting, because I can assign a presenter role at one time only, like to a person. So right now, Professor Sawson is presenting, and
Okay.
maybe when I can like assign you as the presenter, you can probably that might work. We'll figure that out.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. And then we have Dalia. Is that the right pronunciation, Professor? Right?
It is.
Okay. Dalia. So Dalia is again the members in the cohorts of ANCWT, and she has 16 years of work experience in chemical analysis testing for drinking water, pesticides, and toxins in food for use. And Dalia is she moved to Canada in 2018, and she is also working in the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. Oh, I see. OIG. I see you now. And Dalia is also here. If you, Dalia, do you want to check your mic once and like say hi to everyone?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you now.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah,
Good
real
evening.
pleasure meeting you all today.
We are privileged to have the ANCWT team here today. So, Professor, over to you now. I'll let the stage to you and you can go ahead and introduce us.
Yeah, so you wanted me to the mic at my side, right?
Yes. The stage
Okay,
is yours
so
now.
thank you very much, Asta, for the great effort in organizing this little webinar. I say little, but I feel that we are going to have a great networking session. We're gonna have a lovely interaction among each other, and I feel very happy that I see lots of like my current students, current colleagues, candidates of the program are here. So as Asta mentioned, this activity is a partnership between us, the Advancing New Canadian Women in Technology, and between the IEEE Women in Engineering, which is a very close organization to my heart. I have been a member with IEEE for tens of years, and I'm very actively involved with the Humanitarian Initiative Committee of the IEEE. I am right now an advisor of the University of Ottawa IEEE student chapter. So thank you very much, IEEE. Special thank for IEEE Women in Engineering for organizing such seminars. To Okay, so now I cannot move my presentation, which is so I declined request for annotation from Ravi. Who is that? I don't know. I cannot move my slides. Why is that? I have no idea. Asta, do you hear me? Asta?
Yes, Professor. Yes, Professor. Can you try like sharing your screen again?
It's shared. Do you see my screen or not?
Yeah, I see the first
Yeah.
slide.
So I'm
But
just trying to
try pressing escape. If you press escape,
yeah,
maybe.
I did this escape. I did press that, but I received a request for to allow annotation, and I declined it this time. I think
Oh,
this
okay.
what is bringing me. Who is Ravi?
Hi,
No,
I'm
it's
so sorry for that. Actually, I'm not familiar with this whole app, so I was trying few things and by mistaking I did that. So I'm so
not a
sorry.
problem.
That's
So
okay, Ravi. I'm just trying to see if I can do something. Fatwa, are you there?
so stop sharing. Let me just stop sharing, and I will try to share again. No worries, Asta. Here is
Okay.
OSG. Okay. So let me try. No, something wrong.
Okay, let
Okay.
me regain my host credentials. Just a second.
Yeah, just try to, and here we go. We can try the Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. Share. Now you should be able to see my
Yeah,
screen.
now it works.
Yeah.
We
So
now.
okay, so if I am going to make it a full screen like
Yeah.
this, okay. Okay, this is the full screen.
Yes.
Now let me try. Okay, here we go. Yeah,
Oh,
it did work.
there we see you.
So no worries. I'm very familiar with the technical challenges, so it's okay.
Awesome.
So this slide is just to serve as ice breaking between me and you. Please consider me as a colleague of yourself. Just don't think that I'm a student and she's a prof. Not for all of you. It just happened that me and Asta right now are in this collaboration, a student and a prof, but it's not a problem. So about myself, I do hold a PhD degree in electrical engineering. My special field is optical communication. So I have been considered, and I am expert in optical communication when it comes to design of nanophotonics, nanostructures. I'm been involved heavily with research, with publications. So this is my niche specialization that comes out of electrical engineering, but I had my PhD degree and lots of years of teaching and research in optical communication. I do have 20 years and above industrial and experience. I'm proud to say that it's a mixage between industrial experience and academic experience. What does that mean? I had long years of experience working in a companies and being like researcher and project manager, which is considered like this. But at the side time, at the other side of the story, I am also bringing long years of being in academia. I started my role as a prof at 1994, serving in as a prof in different universities, teaching wide scale of courses, being undergraduate electrical engineering or computer engineering, or dealing with graduate studies. So I had lots of my students that I supervised them on their master's degree, PhD degree, everywhere and in Canada. So I am right now based at the University of Ottawa, most specifically at my lovely school, which is the School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. Just to mention, I am with the University of Ottawa since 2009 till now, in various roles. One of the things that was very close to my heart when I started building this ANCWT program. So the ANCWT program, I will explain it a little bit later in more details. It's based at the University of Ottawa. Beside all my like technical and scientific activities, I do have lots of involvement with roles related to my field, my profession. So I am licensed as a professional engineer of Ontario. So I do have my own stamp, and I do carry this PNG on my signature since again long years ago. I am involved with the Ottawa chapter board of directors of Professional Engineers of Ontario. Till now, right now, I'm helping them because I felt just was a little bit too much for me. With the IEEE, again, I'm still involved with the something which is called HIC, Humanitarian Initiative Committee. And to the people that do have interest, we are building very huge projects related to support to the Canadian community when it comes to COVID-19. So in that Humanitarian Initiative Committee, we do technical projects that are sponsored by the IEEE Region 7 umbrella. And I'm again member with IEEE, being a senior member of the IEEE. I'm not sure, feel free to take notes. If you see any acronyms that you are not familiar with, let me know. So IEEE is the International Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Some of you might know, some of you might not. If you feel that you need more information, feel free to take notes. We will have some time and I will try to give you as much information as I can. Back to the topic, which is what is this ANCWT? I love the pronunciation. I love the acronym. It's and I love the meaning. So it is the Advancing New Canadian Women in Technology. A little bit of story about it. Me being an immigrant to Canada, I immigrated to Canada around 21 years ago. I landed in Mississauga as immigrant with my husband, skilled immigrant from that category. So I did start feeling, and I still feel, how important is the network and the very professional planning of help and support to the group of ladies, me being ladies, immigrant, me being immigrant, but I extend, like ANCWT, we extend the support to the refugees as well. And in technology, because that's the field that I feel I am expert in, I would be able to give advices general to ladies in the field of medical or financing, but I am not expert. I feel very comfortable designing programs, leading them to women that are immigrants or refugees, but they are within the field that I come from. I understand very well licensing. I understand very well the need of the Canadian job market because it's not only theory. I went through every single step. And as you notice, when I came, maybe 2 minutes to tell you about myself. I landed in, as I said, 1999 April. I started working in Canada as a technologist, not as engineer, as a technologist by August of 1999. It took me only 3 months to join the Canadian job market. But it took me lots of, I remember few members of my community, I come originally from Iraq, who shared the academic life with me in Libya, or who were living like neighbors in Mississauga. So they were saying, are you trying to do something new? I said, yes. And I will prove to you in the coming years that if the immigrants will be supported in a planned way, they will be very successful. So the idea that I need everybody to start thinking about it, the immigrants, now I am Canadian citizen, and I can't speak on behalf of the immigrants, but I am a Canadian citizen, like full Canadian citizen since like almost 17 or 18 years away. But I do understand that Canada specifically is a multicultural country. What does that mean? It means that we here in Canada, we do respect, we do always share the hope to help each other to find a way for a new life or for a great life. So if I am bringing expertise in the field of optical engineering, why I need to go and work in a Tim Horton? There are too many people that can do the help in the Tim Horton because they have maybe better customer service than me, maybe better language skills than me, but I can't do my job being a researcher, being a prof, being a publisher for a journalist paper in a field of optical communication much more than them. All I needed to do is to put my foot in the first steps of the Canadian job market to prove that all it needs is the motivation and to trust in yourself. And to be honest with you, that's what I like about Asta as a person. Forget about Asta being president of the Professional Development Club. Forget about her being, she is not an immigrant, so her status is different rather than me. But she is trying to make use of every single opportunity in front of her So I'm sorry about that, Asta, but I will try to use you as an example because you fall with the category of a new uh, comers to Canada, newcomers. So you are with the student visa, but you have been in Canada less than 2 years. So just trust in yourself. Every single, I will be very specific speaking to my audience, to the ladies, with my full respect of the colleagues from the male side, but every single lady, specifically those groups that are coming to Canada with their degrees, there are an added value to Canada.
I
Listen
agree.
to this and always try to remember it. Now, the problem is how to make this happen in the real life. This is the core goal of the Advancing the New Canadian Women in Technology. So when I came from my own experience, but I started right away speaking to colleagues, then they became sponsors. I started speaking to professor colleagues at the University of Ottawa. I started speaking to colleagues from within the IEEE because I worked with them, within professional engineers of Ontario, with my community, until I was able to come up with, I would say, a plan of this program that I'm very honored to say that the training and the cohort has been growing up year after year. So quickly to tell you, the Advancing the New Canadian Women in Technology is a bridging employment program. We have a very specific goal. We do not deal with students yet. It's not our mandate. We do not deal with people or ladies that have been in Canada more than 20 years. We do have a very specific group of people that we trust. If we give them a shorthand, they will be creating a great success story into the Canadian job market. And at the end of the story, they will win because they will start generating income. So they will have an opportunity to enjoy a happy life with their families. They will be able to pay back to Canada because they will receive salary and pay taxes. And lots of them, they will be able to create their own businesses, which is again good. The program right now is not very focused on the enterprise thing of the story. We are trying to do employer relation to help, and I can explain quickly why. Because in Canada, to be able to create your own business, you would need time to understand the environment, the job Canadian environment. This time, but you do not need time to reevaluate your technical information. If you have been graduated as chemical engineer and you have served as a manager or as a designer in the field of chemical engineering, it will take you just a little bit of effort to be able to be connected to the job market, to the ready running companies. And then you will spend time and have your experience and have your time to create your own business. It's not a problem with it. I tried from the beginning to make to add a flavor of a business to the program, but I found the focus of the program to be only employer-employee relation. As to come, it's much better, and we can prove it. We have statistics for that. So who are our audience? Again, ladies only, ladies newcomers to Canada within like maximum of 7 to 10 years, no more than that. Much better between 1 year to 5 years. And in the field, they must have a graduation, at least an like undergrad degree in engineering. Why engineering? Because we can lead them. As I said, I'm licensed as a professional engineer. I do understand the requirement, and I can help. I have very good connections with the professional engineers of Ontario who can help. So the program I established at the University of Ottawa 2016. Till now, we have happily completed 4 cohorts. So some of you maybe you will start thinking, why cohorts? Why not courses? And the answer is very easy. So ANCWT is based at the University of Ottawa, but it is not yet officially neither a course nor an official program of the University of Ottawa. So we've been hosted at the University of Ottawa. And the main reason that we are still in dialogue with the faculty and with the VP on that, right now, we do not charge tuition fees to the candidates. So we do not call them students, we call them candidates. We do not call it a course or a session, we call it cohort. Cohort is a group of people by the simple definition in English. So we call them cohort because we bring this group of people. Normally, it will go between 10, maximum 18 people till now. Like we do not train too many large number, too many ladies, a small cohort. And that was my eagerness. I wanted to be able to understand their needs, like the ANCWT ladies, and the reality of the job market, to be able to, as much as I could, to do the placement. So what we do training for almost 6 weeks. For normally we'll go 3 days per week, depends. Sometimes we work even in the weekends, and around like 3 to 5 hours per day. So if you do the calculation, we do around 55 to 58 hours, which is a course, like equivalent to a course, for a credit course. But it cannot be called a course because no tuition fee to register. Normally we charge very little, a symbolic amount of money to be paid by the candidates to the program, just to cover logistics. Some of our speakers, we hire them, and I will speak about this. So the cohorts, we had a pilot project by 2016. We have the first cohort 2018. Ojaye was a member from 2018, and Ojaye, I'm very pleased to announce that she was acting as my right hand helper, assistant, coordinator, and she was among the very first success stories. I will let her speak about that. She was very consistent in following up with the program, and I feel very proud when I see Ojaye in front of me, to be honest with you.
Thank you,
Then we
Doctor.
had, yeah, you are very welcome, Ojaye. Second cohort, 2019, we had 15 ladies. Third cohort, fall 2019, we had maybe 10 candidates. Dalia, and again, Dalia is with us. She will have her time to introduce herself. But I can't speak again about how happy I was when I saw Dalia in the first time. Dalia, when she joined the program, she was senior level manager in the United Arab Emirates. So she came from a place that it's really high tech, right? So she knew exactly what she wanted to do. It took her a little bit of time to understand. So she had no problem with English. She had no problem of expressing herself. And the good news that I would like to announce before her, I will take the credit of you, Dalia. Dalia started her employment with Department of Fisheries and Ocean at the beginning, at the start of the COVID-19. So she joined maybe April 1st or whatever. Again, it's a contract position, but I'm positive that Dalia will be able to progress very well. She can speak about that. So, what I wanted to share with you that ANCWT training, as I said, this like 6 weeks, 52 hours, we were building it, and I say we because right, I was the motivator, I am the decision maker, but always I had a group of coordinators working with me, coordinators and consultants and sponsors. I will speak about all of that. So we try to understand what are the challenges that women face normally in Canada. We were always trying to focus on uh, topics related to gender discrimination, struggling in professional engineering licensing, women networking, how to integrate to the Canadian culture and job market. We were always trying, like every single speaker was joining the program as a speaker. He or she will spend emails, tens of emails talking to me or filling a survey or giving me an idea of what we shall do in the next cohort to improve the delivery, to answer all these 4 questions. Because of that, we have and we do have a very well structured training program that includes not only but a resume preparation, being a resume writing, uh, you know, types of them, and then job readiness, being knowing what is the Canadian job market and how to perform interviews and how to understand where you would like to go and work. And so far, the topics were provided by the Career Development Center. And this is what I wanted it to be from the beginning. I wanted like official entities from the University of Ottawa to help. And the quick answer of this, why? Because they have like groups that work with the engineering or with the STEAM groups, so they do understand exactly what is it. Then, of course, they have much wider network because they represent the University of Ottawa. Always, I have been very warmly welcomed from the Career Development Center to fulfill the need of such groups. And to stop at this topic, we've been very lucky to be able to attract like cutting edge speakers like Dr. Ahmed Ali. If you go to the website, you will see him. He's very well known name, being life coach. She does have PhD degree in communication, but he is wearing another hat of providing like life coach sessions, resume writing critique. So he was really very helpful to the ladies from ANCWT to work with them one by one, either on campus by being like using different computers. So he will go and he will tailor the resumes one by one, or he will tailor their resumes according to the job by emails. Right. And the other topic which we always have been focusing on is a professional women networking. Like what we do right now is a professional networking. So some of you that they have not seen me or they didn't have a chance to meet Ojaye, for example, or Dalia, or even Asa, it's an excellent opportunity to get exchange emails or telephone numbers and get in touch, because different people are working in different you know uh, fields, and everybody would be able to write uh, to give some special advice. We do focus a lot on the requirements to obtain a license provided by the Professional Engineers of Ontario. We are collaborating very closely with the headquarters of the Professional Engineers of Ontario. So a licensing manager will travel from Toronto to Ottawa to give a seminar or a webinar or seminar by that time, because we used to do everything on campus to explain what are the requirements for the licensing. And we work very closely with Engineers Canada. They are the upper umbrella of engineering associations in Canada. So, and we do have a very good relationship with OSP, the Ontario of Society of Professional Engineers of Ontario. So the three big organizations of engineers, we do deal with them. Some of the ladies, they just decide that they do not like to pursue their licensing. It's up to them. So we encourage them, we send them to go attend conferences in their fields, or attend, for example, some big conferences here in Ottawa, where we use to sponsor their tickets. So this is something that worked very well, and maybe Ojaye can stop and talk about that when her turn will come. We do, this is one of our mandates, job matching. What does that mean? So the interesting activity that we started doing by the year of 2018 for 3 cohorts, we used to run something which is called an employer panel. In the employer panel, to be honest with you, I had a very big support and help from the Career Development Center. So I had Chelsea Paredes. She is a manager of the employer relation of the University of Ottawa. She used to work very closely with me. So we will study what kind of specializations we have in that certain cohort, and we will start with her help to contact employers in Ottawa that will come and meet the candidates one-to-one, like in the classrooms on campus. And we ended up to have some of our ANCWT candidates now working due to this employer panel. Like last week, we had another activity, and we had Nada Kadon. She is now with Innovopost. The initiation of the relationship started from the employer panel. So that was, again, or is a very interesting opportunity that we do work with. So I would like to acknowledge and thank all of our ANCWT supporting organizations. The first one is the ANCWT Chair of Women in Science and Engineering. Her name is Professor Catherine Mavropoulos. She is a prof at the Faculty of Engineering, but she is with the Mechanical Engineering, and via her role, which unfortunately has came to the end, ANCWT Chair for Women in Science and Engineering Ontario, she was really very supportive to the program. So through her support, we were able to sponsor tickets for the ladies to go attend conferences or travel to attend, to promote the program, or to like present posters or papers on behalf of the program. The Success Actualization actually is the name of the company that is led by Dr. Ahmed Ali, and as I mentioned, he's one of our main speakers in the program and main sponsor. So yes, he charges us, but way lower than what he does outside of ANCWT, just because he trusts in the mission of ANCWT. Career Development Center. Foundation for Building Sustainable Communities, FBSC. A quick words. The lead of this non-for-profit organization is John Kerr. She is based in Oshawa, so maybe 5 hours driving from Ottawa, but she is a counselor and a consultant and a sponsor. So very uh, uh, close and understanding exactly the mission. Just to mention, John Kerr is not an engineer. She is a social enterprise, but she understands exactly what we are trying to do. Professional Engineers of Ontario, we are very grateful to them of all the support that they were providing by running sessions on licensing. Engineers Canada, I mentioned their role, and we work very closely with them. Shared Human Resources Services, they are governmental institution here, and again, even we have signed a contract with them to help us to place ladies in the government. Department of Fisheries and Ocean. So today we're gonna hear two different stories from two ladies, from Dalia and Ojaye. Both of them, they were lucky to share experience with that department, and we hear only nice stories about them. And we have Siham again, she's working with them. So Siham, she was with 2019 cohort, and right now she is, I think Siham even now a permanent employee with the Department of Fisheries and Ocean. The Canadian Revenue Agency, we were in touch with them and they came on campus, and they are very eager to start recruiting from our ladies. Thermo Fishers, always we do have a very close collaboration with them, a big company here in Ottawa, and you know, one of their managers will come and will introduce what they do, and then we will see how that will work. Also, we do kind of collaboration with them, and Invest Ottawa. We have lots of other names that I didn't have the opportunity to list off of them. So for whom of you that you guys did not know, this is the photo of Professor Catherine Mavropoulos. And if you ever will do mechanical engineering aerospace, you're gonna just go and sit one of her courses. And again, she's still very helpful, but due to the expiration of the mandate, like her chairship, she can, so we call her with the big respect a former main sponsor to the program. So we do have, as I mentioned, a very good relationship with the big list of employers in. I just decided to highlight the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, who are like governmental institution in Ottawa. Just because the speakers, both of them, they completed ANCWT, and both of them, they are with the Department of Fisheries and Ocean. Innovo Post, as I mentioned, we have like one NADAs with them. Interest, we have Patrusa, I think, with them. Claridge Rehab with them. So every single employment here, we do have relationship with them by having one of our ladies working there, or almost to go work, or we've got, for example, Mind the Bridge. We did receive the first award from them. I will share it in one of my slides. So we entered the competition as organizations serving the women in technology, and we've been selected by MindBridge to receive the award. That was way. So these are just a quick videos or captures on the cohorts. If you notice 2016, you see like few gentlemen in here, couple of ladies from the Career Development Center, and Fida now is working, Rehab is working, even Omar is working, Kusai is working, even the gentlemen. But just after 2016, I said, no, only ladies. So I would advise you strongly to go to the website of ANCWT. It's ANCWT.ca and browse all the like publications. So this is like publication that was done by University of Ottawa journalist. So he just stepped into the class and he was taking notes, and then he started communicating with them, and he put this he is with the Gazette. It's official magazine of the University of Ottawa, and he started putting the coverage for it. And we had even you see it in the website of ANCWT, a French interview with Rehab. So Rehab is a civil engineer. Again, she arrived to Canada as a senior civil engineer. And she is now Rehab with the board of directors of Professional Engineers of Ontario. She was lucky to work with Claridge. Well, not as engineer, but in the field of constructions and engineering. But Rehab, because of the bilingualism that she holds, she was able to have the interview on behalf of ANCWT with Roger TV. So I said, I cannot speak, French, but I will delegate. So she went with Julie. So Julie from the Career Development Center. Okay, now why I cannot? Hello. Okay. So do you still hear me, guys? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
Yeah,
Professor.
very good. Yeah. So these are a few captures just to give you an idea of the beautiful ladies. I was having real fun. So this is from 2000. Here we go. Ojaye is here, 2019. This is, sorry, this is 18. So you see lots of people are from human rights at the University of Ottawa, from my school, from research and development. So Margaret McKenna, she's research facilitator, lots of like variety of sponsors and supporters. And this is 2019. Yes, and Dalia is here. Here we go. So 2019, we had two cohorts in the spring and in the fall. Okay. Okay. So beside the training that we offer within these 6 months, we do have lots of activities. So here you see a conference that Ojaye was with me and Catherine. So the three of us, we traveled from Ottawa to Montreal to attend this conference that was the Gender Summit 11. Gender Summit, it was an international activity conference, a big conference in Montreal, where was the first time to be brought to Canada. And it was in Montreal. So this is the poster that we put for ANCWT, and I remember this lady was professor from British Columbia. Maybe Ojaye, you remember better than me, but I recall such story, and we were just having a little bit of discussions on this. This is a table that we ANCWT sponsored it, and actually the ANCWT chair, she paid for it, to attend a 25-year celebration of word skills. So word skills, they helped us a lot when we started for the first 3 years, and they wanted to celebrate. So you see this little logo as the ANCWT Women, this thing, sponsored ANCWT, and you see a couple of gentlemen. So Ishwar is from Professional Engineers of Ontario. Here from IEEE, Alice Wang, she used to work with me with IEEE HIC student again, and couple of Rehab is here, couple of ladies that were helping us with the program. So we did, and we are trying to do our best to be always in the networking to say what we are doing. Here are captures of just last year. So the FWD 50 is a huge conference that took place here at Bank Street in Ottawa, and we had maybe 8 ladies from ANCWT. The ticket was very expensive, but we got sponsorship from Service Canada, Shared Service Canada. So they are organization that working with us again, and they said, okay, we are able to sponsor a few ladies to go and attend. So we attended. Fatima is here, Yolanda is here, Tusi is here. And here are some of the activities. So you're gonna ask me why everybody is wearing this hat, because we do what's called laboratory tours within the University of Ottawa. And we came up with this, so that was into a civil engineering with Dr. Muslim Majid, sorry. He was leading this tour. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. So we had tours to the makerspace, we had tours to civil engineering, to Sun Lab. Maybe Mandy is here with the ARC Center. And this little picture here, just to give you a sense of the classroom. So we were using the classrooms of the University of Ottawa to implement the training. Here again, some photos from the forward conference for 50. Besides that, we do, and we are in progress to do something new right now. So we encourage, Yolanda is one of ANCWT very active coordinators. She is a PhD student at the Chemical Engineering at the University of Ottawa. Due to COVID-19, she relocated back to Brazil, but she is still helping us. She's still working as a coordinator. So this is one of the activities that Yolanda was doing her technical speech on pollution, like ocean pollution and plastic pollution at the University of Ottawa. So these couple of pictures. And here when I tried to attract her and a couple of ladies, I said, okay, come and try to attend the, it's called the Annual General Conference of the Association of Part-Time Professors at the University of Ottawa, just to give her a little bit of more idea. So she was having these activities. These are, you can just read it, few testimonials from our sponsors. And this little photos when we had the Canadian Board Services, when they came as employer panel to meet our candidates on campus. So I would like, these are the awards. The Mind Bridge, we received this award from them 2018, and we did receive the award of Diversity Initiative of the Year in Toronto from Hill Group. And these are the links that you could follow up. Asta, you will be able to, I can share the presentation with you. Feel free to distribute it to your list. I don't mind.
Definitely,
Yes.
Professor.
Yeah.
We just to let you know, we are also recording the presentation. We will
Yes, I
share it
can
with
see
you.
that.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yes. So these are the links. I would encourage you to follow up with us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on ANCWT Info. Right now, a couple of coordinators are working to create a LinkedIn group. So you will see the announcement coming soon. And the website is something that I would advise everybody to go and visit, ANCWT.ca. I'm trying just to share it quickly to give you a quick sense of it. Everybody sees the website right now? Do you see the website?
No.
No, Professor. It's
No.
No.
it's loading.
No,
I
I
think.
cannot see it.
Okay, no. However, not a problem. I stopped the sharing, and I would like to give the opportunity to Dalia and Ojaye to share their experience. We still have half hour. Thank you very much, and I will be more than happy to answer any questions at the end.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Professor. Thank you. So Ojaye, I'll make you the presenter now, if that's okay. There we are. Can you share your screen now? I think you should be able to share it if you want. Yeah.
Okay, no, I don't have a presentation to share. I'm just going to talk about
Awesome.
my experience in Canada.
Yeah, we are like, it's our pleasure to hear you.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm from Nigeria, and I moved into Canada in January 2016, first to study. I studied I did a master's degree in engineering management at the University of Ottawa. Before I moved here, I had a degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Ilorin in Nigeria. And I also worked for 8 years, basically in project management with oil services industry back in Nigeria before I moved in here to Canada in 2016. After my studies, I wanted to get a job that is aligned with my experience. And that was very, very difficult for me because I didn't have any network here in Canada. And I, as you know, an immigrant trying to, find my footing in a new country. There was a lot for me to learn. And even at the time that I was, starting out with my job search, I didn't know that I didn't know so much, which I needed to know. I was applying online. I spent hours on end throwing in application online. And eventually, I didn't get much interviews when I was doing that. Eventually, I had a discussion with Professor Catherine Maffrey, please, and she introduced me to Professor Sousen, who talked about ANCWT. At the time, she was trying to put together the first cohort after she had done the first session, the trial session, and it was successful. So she was putting together the first cohort. as a coordinator, I the activities and run around to ensure the cohort was held successfully, and I also participated in that cohort. That is when I learned a lot, a lot of the things that I needed to know about succeeding in a new country as an immigrant. First of all, I needed to know the the culture in the work environment. I needed to understand, have a clear expectation of what the work environment has to offer. Needed to build my soft skills. It wasn't just about being technical, knowing, being very sound in your field. The soft skills is also very important. And those were things that I took for granted. I didn't even know that I didn't know. So I was completely ignorant about that. And that cohort, the cohort that I attended, I took a lot away from it. The speakers that they assembled come from different walks of life, and some of them uh, have gone through similar situation as immigrants. Some others are based here in Canada, and they all brought in this variety of experience and knowledge, and we learned a lot from them. For me, the icing on the cake was the ANCWT introducing me to employers, because basically before then I was doing everything on my own and hoping that one of my applications would stick. But with ANCWT, the the job matching part of its program, I was able to meet with first of all the FDM group, a company which is based in Toronto. During our cohort, FDM Group came to present to the 2018 members, and I was interested. I don't have my family here with me in Canada, so I felt like I could move anywhere, and I was ready to make that move to get my foot in the door. So when FDM Group told us that they are only based in Toronto, I said I'll take a chance, and I applied. I went through their process. I was I was with in Canada as a worker. I had the work permit. I wasn't a permanent resident at the time. So FDM Group was going to pull out. They weren't going to process my application because they only work with permanent residents and not people with work permit. But Professor Sausan stepped in at the time and spoke to them, and they gave me a chance. And eventually, I went through the interview, which I was successful, and I got a placement with them. I was with them for 5 months, and I went through their training. During their training, I'll say again, I learned a lot from them. And after their training, they were supposed to send me to their client site on a secondment, where I would actually work as a senior project manager. But all of their client base was in the financial industry, and I didn't have any financial industry experience, although I had vast project management experience, but it was mostly from the oil and gas servicing industry. So that became a huge challenge. So while I was there, DFO um, also wanted to meet with me for an interview. And Sausan asked me if I'm interested in pursuing that. And I said yes, because I'm having some difficulty with this one. This is a big challenge. I don't know if I'll be able to break into the financial industry through FDM Group. So eventually I interviewed with DFO, and that interview was also successful, and I moved back to Ottawa. Well, in a nutshell, that's this story of my journey, my career journey here in Canada. But the key thing I took away from my experience and I can share with the people listening this evening is that when, as a new immigrant, we need a network to build our network. We need the network of friends and professional network to be able to break into the job market. You can do it on your own, but it's a lot tougher. If you have the network, it makes it easier. And we need to be aware of ourselves, of the environment, of the culture. Know the difference and know what works best for you. And also, we need to, when we have the opportunity, we need to put in our very best. We need to make the effort to develop ourselves. One of the things that I do often, and I continue to do it to date, is seize any opportunity to get a certification that would help, make me stand out. Not just to make me stand out, but to learn and put me in a better position to do the best possible when I'm given the opportunity to work in a capacity as a project manager. So that's my goal. And I take certifications that would help me learn a lot more about diverse initiatives that would make me a better person on my role. So if there is anything I have to share, that's the nutshell. That's the summary of it all. Develop yourself. Be conscious of who you are, where you are, of your environment. Know the culture, know the difference between your culture, the culture from your home country, and the culture of where you are. Understand what's the norm in the work environment, and build your network. ANCWT gives you the opportunity to really build your network. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jay. It was definitely very helpful talk. I believe a lot of our audience is going to benefit a lot from like this session specifically. It's really important for us to know being an immigrant and being international students. So definitely this is very useful. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us.
Thank you, Asa.
So Dalia, I can make you the presenter now, and if you would like to present or if you would like to share your screen, then you can, but even if it's just like you want to share your story, it's okay.
I will. I don't have anything to present, but I'll speak as Ojaye did. And
Definitely, we're excited to hear you. Definitely, I am.
thank you very much. I'm excited to be with you as well. It's really always a great thing to talk about the ANCWT experience. Now I'm an experienced chemical engineer. I was specialized in the quality control analysis. I have over 16 years of working experience in the United Arab Emirates. I worked mainly in laboratories. I worked with handling hazardous materials, testing pesticides and toxins in food, and testing drinking waters, working with very complex machineries like chromatographies, inductive coupled plasma, ion chromatographies, things like that. I'm also familiar with the ISO standards. I helped my laboratory gain the accreditation for the 17025 and the 9001, 14001, and 18001 as well. I moved to Canada with my 4 kids in the fall of 2018. And we came alone, and my husband stayed in the United Arab Emirates. So it was a big move for me. It was difficult with 4 kids, making them adapt to the new environment, getting myself also to cope with the change, the totally different environment than what we ever knew in our life before. And after settling down in Canada for a while, like 6 months or so, I started trying to find a job. I went everywhere. There is lots of newcomer programs that the Canadian government offer for the newcomers to Canada. I went everywhere. I went to Employment Ontario. I went to Skilled Work. I went to CISO, everywhere. But they all offer some sort of help that is not specifically for my situation as a woman in engineering. They all offer help finding a job that is casual. I don't mean that these are bad jobs, but they're not into my domain. I'm not going to be using my skills or my degree. So I did not find myself in any of these programs. And I met a lady at OCISO and I spoke to her, frankly. I said, I want to work in my domain. Is it impossible? And she said, it's not easy. I'll see what I can do about it. And then she gave me a call. And she said, I found this program. The only thing I can do for you is give you the phone number of the person responsible for this program. Talk to her, and she might be able to help you. And that was the number for Dr. Sausan Abdul. I gave her a call that night, and I said, I got your phone number, and I want to know if you can help me find a job. I'm an engineer, and I came to Canada, a newcomer, and I'm a lady. All the all the requirements are there. And she said, we already started. Can you come tomorrow? I said, yes, I can. She said, okay, you have to come tomorrow to the University of Ottawa. And she gave me all the details. I joined ANCWT in 2019. I learned many, many things about the culture and the society in Canada, and what are the steps I need to take to be able to land a job. Because finding a job in Canada is different than finding a job anywhere else. Like North America has certain procedures for finding a job. It was different from everything I knew. I was introduced to many employers in the government and the private sector. I was guided step by step to write down my resume and to prepare my LinkedIn. I always had a LinkedIn page, by the way. I had it for many years, but it was never activated. I never knew that it could help me find a job or meet people or connect to people who can help me. All these information were new to me. It was introduced all by ANCWT. The help that I found by ANCWT, I don't think I could manage getting a job in Canada without the help of ANCWT, to be honest. Now in 2019, by the end of 2019, I started connecting with people who are working in fisheries and oceans, which was one of the employers who came to present in the coherent of ANCWT. And I reached to them, I sent my resume, I started connecting through LinkedIn. They said they can help me, maybe we'll see what we can do. And by January 2020, I found an email saying, we might have good news for you. It was really, it was really one of these moments when you think, finally I could find something. And I gave a call to the person connecting, and she said, well, it's not really in your field, but it's a step in the door. If you're interested, we can offer a casual contract for you for 4 months with the Department of Fisheries and Oceans. And I said, sure. This is what I was waiting for, just to put my foot on the door, and things will come later. I'm a very optimistic person. So by April 2020, as Dr. Sausan said, everything was closed by mid-March. Everything stopped. People started losing jobs. And I placed a job there was a light of hope. I want everybody to know that you can reach your goals. You can make your dreams come true only if you believe in them. So this is my journey with ANCWT and with Fisheries and Oceans. And thank you very much, Dr. Southon. Thank you, ANCWT. Thank you, Fisheries and Oceans. And thank you all. Thank you, Canada, for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dalia. Thank you. Thank you so much for taking out time today and sharing your stories with us. I can witness, like I can feel that, like right now I am proud of being in this group, right? It's so motivating. And here I know like a few people in our audience, like who are actually like, in my domain, I would say like they are international students or immigrants and they know the struggle and we can relate it to you. And like when we see people like you being successful, it's truly motivating. And it's all like organization like ANCWT, Women in Engineering, I would say we all come together and this is like the start of women empowerment. I would say this is actually women empowerment. Thank you so much. So Professor Sawson, like I think I don't know if they can post their questions directly here, but I definitely have a question for you. When is the
Sure.
next cohort getting ready?
Oh, that's very good question. So we've been working within the group. We have something which is called ANCWT team.
Mhm.
5 ladies that are working very closely with me, again on volunteer basis. One of them is Ojaye. And we've been in discussion about whether or not we should have the cohort right now. But the good news is we came up with a new initiative that we would like to explore it, and everybody will start seeing the emails about this. We are trying to build a 3-minute technical pitch competition. What is the motivation behind this is so every single lady, every single ANCWT candidate, she is bringing her own expertise in the field. Like Dalia spoke about chemical engineering, Ojaye spoke about engineering management. We got Neda, for example, IT specialist. So we thought that either the ladies that they did the ANCWT training and they are working like Dalia or Ojaye, or they are expecting to work, they could promote their ideas with 3 technical talk. And we will try, because we're going to do everything very well organized, we will try to bring a panelist from their fields or close to their fields. So then we're going to do 2 things. We will promote the technical skills that we have within ANCWT, because at the end of the story, we are still a technical flavor organization. So we do employment bridging program, but it's not any employment. Like Dalia expressed it very well. So she said, I would like to work in my field or to do something which will bring me to my field. So this is what we are trying to do. And hopefully we will start sharing this information. Because of that, I want everybody to take a note of the website. So we post on a website, LinkedIn group, Facebook page, or if you would like, send us an email to ankwt.info@gmail.com. And we could add you to the email list. We have Dr. Suhaila Sban. I'm not sure if she's not here. I do not see her. That she is responsible to broadcast the emails to all our network. The emails will come from something which is called ankwt.press. So I don't know. The ladies, they are very technical, so they did this. I said, I'm happy. I don't mind. I just need, yeah. So try to attend. Then you will have a good opportunity to uh, listen to where the world is, to see how the things will go, and then to build a network with the employers, because the panelists will be employers from companies or from government. Maybe, but I cannot say when, Asta. I'm sorry for that. Because I do not like, we do have almost 69, 70% of placement right now. And I would like to make sure that the condition of COVID-19 will not cause like negative effect on the employment, which does. Like due to the COVID-19, employment ratio is going a little bit down, but we are doing our best. Like I'm very proud to remember always the story with Dalia. And I have another story. Just a couple of weeks ago, I got an email from the National Research Council asking me if I can put a reference for, again, one of the ANCWT ladies. And of course, I
Wow.
said yes. And they phoned me. And I think the lady now is working. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
So
really
that was
awesome.
like June or July.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we say that COVID is affecting, like employment, but we also see like people getting placed. So that's
But
like, that's
it is not a dark picture. You know
right.
why? Because we are like in Ontario, everybody knows that we've entered the phase 3 of the COVID-19, which even the employees that were affected badly by the cut of the employment, they are calling them back or on part-time basis, or I mean, sorry, we need to come back to our normal life, hopefully, after a year or so. But I personally, I feel we should adopt the condition of COVID-19 to be able to live normally and happily. Because being stressed, it will do nothing for everybody. It's
Definitely, that's true.
exactly. So the answer is yes or no.
We
Yes,
will be
with this,
waiting.
yeah, with the competition, maybe. If you are interested to help as a professional development club, I will be happy to bring you in.
Awesome,
It's a
definitely. And
technical,
even
yeah,
definitely, we would love to. And this time we got like a collaboration with IEEE Women in Engineering and you. Like this is
yeah,
so motivating. Like
yeah.
literally, like I am so happy to be a part of both. Like when I recall coming to Canada, and then I was like, there are not very, very like so many associations working for women, right? And then I met IEEE Women in Engineering, and then I met you, and then like this is the time we are collaborating, and this is
Yeah.
perfect. So definitely, we are there to help you anytime. And this, I hope this grows more, and I hope like today our audience got a very good insight. I really enjoyed it. I was into it. I was into the presentation completely. So I really enjoyed it, to be honest. And I hope, like, I know there are a lot of my friends here who are actually looking for help. So maybe like we can connect on LinkedIn and we all can,
Exactly. Yeah.
right?
Just email us, and I will forward the emails to Suhaila, and she will add you to the list. And I see Mandy. Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
Hello, Mandy. How are you? So Mandy is again one of the ANCWT coordinators. Um, she's a Canadian, so I told her from the beginning. I said, "You are not eligible for the program." She said, "No worries. I am very interested to help." So Mandy, would you like to share some ideas of your being with ANCWT? She's the
Oh,
communication officer.
yeah, so I
Awesome.
found it to be an amazing program. Like everybody I've interacted with has been so positive, so kind. It's so clear to me that Salsan is really committed to the people that she works with, very committed to finding good jobs for people and helping prepare people for the Canadian workplace. I just think it's an amazing program, and I love working with Salsan and with everybody on the team. Um, I can tell it has a huge impact, and definitely, I mean, you've heard some stories today about the impact that it's had on people's lives. So I'm glad that I'm involved. I'm glad to be here. I'm just happy to be invited, really. So, anyways, thank you to everybody here who's made it so such an amazing program.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Mandy, for sharing with us your experience as well. This is great. Awesome. It was
Yeah.
my first time organizing something for IEEE, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, this was what it was. I loved it. Thank you. Thank you so
Okay,
much,
so
Professor, for your time.
always any questions will come afterwards. Feel free to forward them to me. Always encourage people to get connected with us, and yeah, I will be working with the team very closely on this. The pitch we have. Do we have minutes or so to talk?
I am sure. Well, it was still 7, but I think it did not like get cut off, so I think it's good.
Yeah, so we have couple of projects that we are working with, but we
Okay.
have not yet announced them. It's
Okay.
a big project where it comes to the smart villages. We are working with Prince Edward County. We had a big webinar, so please watch the emails and watch us on the media to start promoting that. Everybody who is interested to get involved, more than welcome. Right now, we like ANCWT is helping designing posters for them. ANCWT is involved with the curriculum design, and hopefully we will be part of a very, very big project, global project with universities of Alberta and University of Regina that could be okay if the proposal will be approved. It involves like e-learning and machine learning, and that project will be for 6 years from 2021 for 6 years. But we are waiting for the project. So we are appearing as co-applicant with the proposal as ANCWT. And if everything will go well, then we will really need to more resources to help. So anybody is interested to help, come get in touch with us, and we will figure out what is the field. Thank you very much, Asta. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you so much, Professor, for sharing all the information. I'll make sure that this presentation goes to every attendee. And we have each of us connected here. It was like a virtual networking session today. So it's lovely.
Yeah, good.
Thank you. And see you soon.